Hey beauties, good evening. I want you to understand something. I find that we're living in a time in Jamaica where we laud everything as bad mind. So when truth is spoken, when people are called to be held accountable, we dub everything under bad mind simply because we don't want to be culpable. We don't want to take responsibilities for our words and for our actions. If that is the case, when your children do something that is wrong, when they're defiant to your laws and order in your home, and laws and order that are not ungodly, for example, and you scold them, then if you're going to run with the whole hypothesis that everything is bad mind, then I'm going to say that you're bad minding your children because they can't get to be defiant and you cannot. They're children and they will get away with things and you cannot. I would be very ridiculous, a simpleton, very simple-minded to make such an analogy. But that is how it comes across in many of the conversations, in many of the things that are posited on social media. We laud and we dub everything as bad minds. A lot of things aren't. If somebody holds you accountable, if somebody comes to scold you, somebody comes to reprimand you, or if somebody comes to give some advice or say, be careful, it doesn't mean that they're coming from a bad mind premise. We need to know the difference. Ask God for discernment. There are times when people will come good and sound good, like soothsayers. When you know their mind is evil towards you, they're really not coming from a good place. The foundation is bad, but the outward looks great. And you should ask God to know the difference. And I use that in the example of friendship. There is no one that can be a friend and you can't correct the friend. That is not a solid friendship. I should be able to correct you. You should be able to correct me. I should be able to look at you and say, if you're going into a relationship, I don't think that that person is for you, or vice versa. Without you thinking, yes, because you're single, because you're this, why you're bad-minding me. Not necessarily so. That's not true in a lot of cases. And incidentally, let me put this in. I hear a lot of people say that is why I do not have friends. I want you to go and look at the psychological and the physiological effect of not having friends. Having good friends in your life helps to increase longevity, means you live longer. It helps you to live a happier life because it touches that part of the reticular part in your brain, that gland that brings joy, happiness, and a merry state. The Bible says a merry heart does good like medicine. If medicine helps you to live long, I'm talking about good medicine. So, and your friend is being good to you and it is giving you a merry heart, then you will live long. So like the medicine, you will live long. Please do not follow that sort of a mindset that they're no good people. You do not need any friends. Man was not made to be alone. This is not only indicative of marriage between a man and a woman. It is also indicative of good friends, whether female to female platonic friends, whether male to male platonic friends, or male and female platonic friends. Anything romantic should only be between a man and a woman. You know my stance on that already, very much under the guise of the Bible. So friendships are key. Friendships are important. Beautiful people. And a good friend will tell you the truth. A good friend means you well. So when that good friend comes and not schooling like they're schooling a child. When I say the word schooled, I'm not expecting them to be treating you and speaking to you as an adult. And they can't disrespect that about you. But I'm talking about, they come and they give good advice or they say something is off, where this person is concerned in your life. Whatever it is that they're coming with good advice and deep down that I think this person really means me well, that's a good friend. Don't label it as bad mind. Not all friends, they're looking to mash up your relationship. Not all friends looking to make your life a living hell. They're looking for your lives to be better. You have many friends like that. The devil has found a way to trick many minds to think that you can't trust not a shadow of a dark, not one human being. Then you don't trust yourselves. If you reach to a point where you're very suspicious and nobody is good, then don't trust yourself because you're included in that. You weren't made different. You're under the same human Guys, you're under the same umbrella, my dear brother, my dear sister. So if you're going to have that mindset, put yourself in the mix. So once you begin to put yourself, you say, boy, I know that I will make a good friend. So it is fair for me now to think and to give others a chance for them to be good friends. And giving them a chance will mean they will fail you. They will do wrong. It doesn't mean that they're going to try and they have an emotive reason to mess up your life. They may say the wrong thing sometimes. They may do the wrong thing sometimes. It is for you now to forgive. So that adversity or those adversities will come for you to strengthen your love for the friend and your forgiveness, to make it bold tightly. Not everybody is coming from a place of bad mind or ill will. You have to ask God to give you the discernment, the intuition to know the difference, so that you don't end up regretting and saying, oh God, the person had warned me, the person cautioned me, but because I thought they were coming from a bad mind, I end up doing the opposite, not listening, and now I'm the one feeling the pangs of the consequences that I could have avoided. Stop talking about bad mind like that. We're using it loosely too much. We're doing it predominantly because we do not want to take accountability for our actions. We don't want to take responsibility, or we don't want anybody to tell us anything. One of the things I still encourage people, don't tell people what to do, especially adults. They don't like to be told. That is why God has given mankind volition, give people choices. But it's not healthy for us to live in a sort of a mindset where nobody at no time at all can tell us anything. You understand? It is not to our advantage. It is not to our benefit. It is not to our advantage. It is not to our benefit. Not everything is from an evil mind or an evil place. There are people who will mean you well, whether you believe it or not. It doesn't matter what you believe. You might believe that the sun will never shine again. It won't stop the sun from shining. You may believe that the moon will not shine again. It doesn't stop the moon from shining. You may believe that dogs will never bark again. It doesn't stop the dogs from barking. It doesn't stop the ducks from quacking. It doesn't stop you from talking. It doesn't matter what you believe. I'm only just telling you things that can help you for the future. So this thing where you don't want to keep any friends because they're bad mind and they're not going to lies, not in all cases. I will not accept that hypothesis because it is not true. There are many of us, including me, who mean people well. If you do better than I am supporting you, because you know what? One day, my great day will come and I will do well too. Oprah Winfrey said the reason why Gail is her best friend. Both of them were working in the same area in media. They were on the same level, but she was getting more monies. And not one time did Gail envy her or was jealous of her. I will not go and get into how we know that. She saw it. She probably felt that energy. She said Gail supported her, always lifted her up, praised her, wished her well, wished her to soar, even though she was earning more. She said, no man, I really find people like this. This lady has to remain my friend. And they have been friends for how many years? I'm sure over 40 odd years. They have remained friends. She never envied her. And I'm sure that Oprah would have, as a sensible, smart lady, she would have picked up something at some point. So not everything is coming with bad mind. Check your own selves. Check if you're somebody who can be spoken to. Check if you're rebellious. Check if you're defiant. Because sometimes you are. So quickly you're going to say somebody's this and somebody's that because you don't want to take responsibility. You don't want to take accountability. It's me, myself, and I do what I want. I do what I please anytime, anyway. I don't care who it hurts. Oh, really? One day you will. A lot of people are not coming from bad mind. Guys, follow me on TikTok. subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this message.